is not right here. Animal behavior is now changing.
I think these animals are communicating with each other, long distance.
The new series Zoo explores what would happen if the animals who once ruled the earth tried to take it back. It premieres here on CTV in 2 weeks' time, and there are plenty more new shows to check out this summer. Television critic Bill Brioux joins us now with more. There's a lot of new shows out there for people to make their way through, Zoo being one of them.
Yeah, you know, it used to be the summer was a quiet time, the reruns.
Yeah.
Not anymore. It's all kinds of dramas and reality shows. So it's a busy time of year.
Which is perfect because people, you know, whether it's vacation time or not, they set up their viewing habits. So as far as what you know about Zoo, how much of a, show is that a must-see?
It's very interesting. Based on a book. A lot of people have read the novel. And it stars James Wolk, who's, people might remember him from, he was on Mad Men a few years ago, and the show with Robin Williams, The Crazy Ones. And it's basically the animals just go berserk. They're man-gobbling doggies and catties. They're out jumping on everybody, but zoo animals and people who are on safari. And he plays a zoologist who's leading the safari and notices this behavior change in the animal kingdom.
Isn't that okay? So that's in 2 weeks. Then we've got, and this is one of my favorites, I absolutely adore Suits.
It is shot right here in Toronto at Downsview. It's shot in an old munitions factory, and it's a law drama. It's 5th season. This is one of those stealth shows you can't believe it's been around that long. But I've walked on the set, and it says Manhattan. When you walk in the office of the Pearson law firm that these guys are part of, they have a great view of Manhattan all the way around the scrim, and it's just a very versatile show people love.
And they all the characters work well together. The writing on it is very swell.
Writing's good, great acting, some really good characters, and this will be a fun 5th season.
Okay, so You Think You Can Dance Canada.
Well, this is the original So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, sorry, not Canada. It's So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah, no, it's back, and the big change is they've got Paula Abdul as one of the judges.
Yeah.
Right. So
and Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo, absolutely. But Paula, you just kind of watch to see the wheels fall off, don't you? You want to see Paula go a little crazy. I think so. There's a little fun. You talk. What's her name? Mary Murphy used to talk about the crazy train.
Yes.
Paula Abdul is the crazy train, so they've added her to the show.
And we always have those sidebar stories about. I mean, how many of those stories when she was on before did we think? What was she doing before the show or during?
We would go to press conferences just to see if she'd show up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, True Detective.
True Detective. This is one of the big shows last year. Emmy winner and a lot of heat, of course, with Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey. Whole new cast. It's back for a 2nd season. Vince Vaughn, big names, Colin Farrell, and Rachel McAdams kind of steals it. She plays a very angry cop. It's
very different from a rom-com stuff that we see so much of.
It's totally different. Very hard character, very conflicted. It's set in L.A., and if you're watching it, think David Lynch. It's a bit Twin Peaky this time. Different atmosphere from the 1st season. Just 8 episodes, and a very well-made show.
Orange is the New Black. Of course, it's out, but a lot of people will be setting up to watch that.
It is. And just, if there's any confusion, this isn't about that woman in the States who's pretending to be black.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Nicely done.
I thought of that in the cab on the way here. Basically, it's a prison drama. It's back for a 3rd season. And as you say, it was just dropped on the weekend on Netflix. So you could binge watch the whole season all at once. You know what? I've talked to a few people. They were a little disappointed by the 1st episode, but I hear if you stick with it, it's a pretty good season.
We mentioned Amazing Race, of course, and then there's Amazing Race Canada.
Yeah. This is exciting. I got to be on 2 checkpoints of this season when they were shooting.
Okay.
It was amazing. I've got to say, the Insight Productions, hats off to these guys. They should do a show about the cameramen and the sound guys who follow all of these contestants. They're lugging these 30 pounds of cameras. They're black and blue by the end of the day, 15-hour days. It's extraordinary to see what they do. But great teams this year, very diverse. People are going to be rooting for different people every week. There's some really fun couples and a really good mix. I really recommend it at the end of the month, in July.
Yeah.
Amazing Race Canada.
Let me ask you this, the TV critic, because we've had this conversation in our office before, but when it comes to binge watching, when it comes to real-time watching, if something's out there, the whole season's out there, what's fair to say, spoiler alert, or not talk to your friend about, or is it all bets are off now because we can watch the whole season?
I don't know. I didn't see the finale of Mad Men for a week. And trying to avoid any news about that was really, really hard. So I've sort of lived through that. And I know when I'm writing, you don't want to give things away. You don't want to really Game of Thrones had a big episode on Sunday. So God forbid you spill the beans on that.
Even now? Because, now it's been a couple of days.
You're going to know people die, I think, at the end of a Game of Thrones. Well, I mean, it's every week. So that's not spilling the beans, but it's who dies. So you got to be careful there. But with Game of Thrones going, HBO Canada is bringing in a bunch of new shows. The Brink is a good one. It's sort of Dr. Strangelovey with Tim Robbins and Jack Black. That starts this Sunday. And, they've got a whole summer slate, too, there.
See, you've got the discipline not to let it go, because you've been writing about these things for a long time without having to give away too much.
When I worked at the Toronto Sun, if you gave away an ending, there'd be people with torches and axes outside the building later. You can't do that. Oh, my gosh, Bill, thanks so much for coming in. Good tee up. Good to see you, Beverly. Thank you. For all things TV, check out Bill's website. We'll have a link. That'll be on our website, canadaam.ctvnews.ca.